Yo, you guys, this is Blacklist of the Abyss, and before I got my reviews up, I figured I'd just give some thoughts on the Royal Rumble last night. Um, Overall, um, let me just go one by one. Pre-show, New Age Outlaws beat the Rhodes Brothers for the Tag Team Championships, which means Cody and Goldust are probably gonna have a match at WrestleMania. I don't mind that. I thought this was fine. I missed the first, like, I don't even know how many minutes I missed of it, but I caught like the last 10. So, and I thought it was cool. The pay-per-view officially starts. You get Daniel Bryan versus Bray Wyatt, which is it was obviously an amazing match. There are a lot of different spots, like Daniel Bryan doing that tornado DDT. That caught me off guard. Um, Bray Wyatt's mouth started to bleed too. Um, When Bray Wyatt did Sister Abigail onto the barricade, that was cool. Daniel Bryan, when he drop kicked or did a running knee into Bray Wyatt when he was on the barricade, where like the Lillian Garcia, Justin Roberts, like where the announcers, everyone's not the announcers, but like the ring announcers. I mean, where they sit, the timekeeper, the guy who hits the bell, those guys. There were a lot of cool spots in this match, and it was a really awesome match. Best match of the night. Um, let's see, after that, it was Big Show versus Brock Lesnar, which I enjoyed that. It wasn't even really a match. It was just Brock Lesnar beating up on Big Show. He beat up on Big Show before the match, during the match, and after the match. And I didn't like how Big Show did at least get a WMD in there, his knockout punch. And I like the fact that Brock Lesnar wasn't knocked out by it. He didn't even go all the way down. He was like on his knees the entire time. His head never hit the ground. He was always not up, but he never really lost consciousness. Michael Cole always messes up and always says stuff that's wrong. So of course he said, "Oh, he knocked out Brock Lesnar. He knocked out Brock Lesnar." He's not even on the ground. Like how did it know? Michael Cole does nothing but screw up. How he freaking called Rosa Mendez Summer Rae, or like vice versa. Like, like how do you confuse the two? Um, Michael Cole, man. He in the Royal Rumble match, he screwed up too. Speaking of times he screwed up, next match was John Cena versus Randy Orton. He calls it the most um, looked forward to rematch in history, or something like that, which is a complete load of crap. I get it that it's his job to try to make people think that the match is good, that it's important, but no one gives a crap about this match. Seriously, I mean, I didn't care about it going in. And I will admit that watching the match, it was better than I thought it would be. It was actually a decent match. It really was. The crowd was not doing. The crowd just did not go easy on them at all. The crowd just completely wrecked these guys. They chanted boring like in the first couple minutes. They didn't even wait. First couple minutes they were chanting boring. They were chanting you both suck. Cena sucks. This is awful. Undertaker. um, I chanted to someone else too. Jerry Lawler, I think someone. Um, they chanted "We want divas." I mean, no one cares about the divas. So if they're chanting "We want divas," they don't care. We want refunds. I think I might have heard this wrong. I could have swore I heard people chanting "We want Angle," which makes sense because Kurt Angle is from Pittsburgh. So I don't know. Maybe I was wrong there. I don't know. I could have swore I heard people chanting "We want Angle." They chanted a whole bunch of things. Daniel Bryan, yes, those two obviously. They just did not. They just did not care about this match. And I'll give John Cena and Randy Orton credit, especially Randy Orton, because he was trying to play it up and like piss them off even more. So I'll give him credit there. And the match did get kind of enjoyable towards the end when they did each other's finishers. Um, they kicked out of each other's finishers, and then they went and did the other person's finisher. Like John Cena hit a really bad looking attitude adjustment because the attitude adjustment sucks. It's just an awful finisher. John Cena hit that, and Randy Orton kicked out. Randy Orton hit the RKO, so John Cena's going to kick out since Randy kicked out of the attitude adjustment. Then Randy Orton did an attitude adjustment, and John Cena did an RKO. Randy Orton did the STF at one point, John Cena did the lapel lock, though Michael Cole called it a freaking crossface. It looked, maybe I'm wrong, I don't know, but it looks, to me, it looks the exact same as the lapel lock. Like when Daniel Bryan puts it on, puts the arm between the legs, pulls back, gets the arms around the guy's neck, like starts pulling back. To me, it looks the exact same. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. To me, it looked like the lapel lock. It's not the first time he's done that too. John Cena and Michael Cole both. John Cena's done that submission before. Michael Cole's called a crossface before, but whatever. Randy Orton ended up winning. The Whites came down to interfere. So, you know, the rumors are that Bray Wyatt and John Cena are going to have a match at Royal Rumble at WrestleMania. So that's looking pretty likely now. And I'm fine with this. I wanted Randy Orton to win. John Cena does not need to win a 15th world title. And if he does win it, it needs to be in like another 3 years or so. Like, he does not need another title anytime soon. Seriously, he really doesn't. All right. But yeah, I'm happy with the outcome of this match. When John Cena pulled Randy Orton back with the SDF, I was so worried he was going to tap out. Oh man, I'm glad the Wyatts came down. The crowd started chanting "Thank you, Wyatts" because they finally ended the match. That was hilarious. What else? What else? Oh yeah, the ref got knocked out at one point, and Randy Orton did the smart thing because John Cena had him in the STF. He tapped out right away. That way, John Cena, like the idiot that he is, would let go of the submission hold, and Randy Orton knows he's not going to lose anyway because the ref's knocked out. So he did the smart thing there, just tap out right away, and then just and then go out, get a few breaths, and go back and do what you're doing. And he got the title belt, hit him. Well, I mean, it was a decent match. It really was. Like, I didn't care about it going in, but I will admit that John Cena and Randy Orton had a better match than I thought they would. It was decent. So, with all the false finishes and finishers and submissions and things, I actually did think it was a pretty decent match. Then the Royal Rumble match. I liked how the Shield were all ganging up wanted to CM Punk at one point. I was hoping something like that would happen. As a matter of fact, I was hoping Triple H would come out there as an entrant and mess with them too. I mean, not like I don't like CM Punk. I do like him. It's just that if that happened, it would progress the feud even more. So yeah, I was hoping Triple H would come out. And Kane. We got Kane, just not Triple H. Kevin Nash came out. That was cool. Sheamus came back, and I didn't care at all. Who cares? Does anyone actually care about Sheamus? Seriously, he's like another John Cena. It's awful. Who else? Dolph Ziggler came back, which was not a surprise because Jim Duggan said Dolph Ziggler was coming back. Batista. When I was hoping for Jake to stay, it was like the closer we got to 28, I was thinking, no. Batista, Daniel Bryan, and Jake the Snake. Those are the three guys I want to come in. And we're getting really close here. 28 was Batista. So I'm like, okay, we still have a chance. Then we didn't get either of the other two, which was disappointing. Not like I wasn't even alive in the 80s. I don't know. I'm not exactly a Jake the Snake buff. When he came out on Old School Raw, I'm not going to lie. I didn't know who he was at first. Then Cole said Jake the Snake. I was like, oh, okay, now I see it. Because I knew him with the long hair and everything. I didn't know what he looked like currently. So, I'll admit that. But, yeah, the Royal Rumble, man. Daniel Bryan wasn't in it. That's just stupid on WWE's part. I mean, it's just stupid. They had to have known that if Daniel Bryan wasn't going to be in this match, the crowd was going to just start booing for the rest of the match, which is what they did. And at the end, it was between Roman Reigns and Batista, and I mean, might as well cheer for Batista. I mean, Roman Reigns. They did what Batista just came back, and already he wins the Royal Rumble. It's a little bit too quick of a push. The reason Roman Reigns shouldn't win the Royal Rumble is because it's too quick of a push. Same thing with Batista. So it's a lose-lose situation either way. And Roman Reigns is going to be awesome one day. He broke Kane's. Oh, that's the thing I had a problem with Cole. Roman Reigns broke Kane's record, and his commentary was it could have been so much better. He should have been like freaking JR, getting all excited and energetic and stuff, talking about, oh my God, Roman Reigns, he's just broken Kane's record. He should have been gotten energetic, but no, man, that was disappointing. it just felt like just another moment. You know, it was disappointing. Um, I didn't think Roman Reigns would break the record. I thought he would tie it, but I wasn't sure if he would actually break it. But he did, so that's cool. Someone said, I forgot which of the commentators said it, but someone said 13 eliminations, and the other one said 12. I don't know. I really don't know. I lost count. I didn't lose count. It's just someone eliminated JBL. I'm not sure which member of the Shield it was. So I don't know if that's the 13th or if it doesn't count for Roman Reigns. If it was like Dean Ambrose or someone else, if then it's 12. But it's either it's I don't know. I'll just go with 12 because I heard someone say it was Dean Ambrose who eliminated JBL. So yeah, JBL was in the row. Dude, that was funny. Yeah. So I mean, overall, I mean, Daniel Bryan not being in the Royal Rumble is the biggest disappointment, obviously. Um, but I mean, I mean, I just feel bad for Batista because it's not like he doesn't deserve to be booed. Like, it's not he's just a Delex man said this. He was a casualty. So was Randy Orton and John. Well, not so much John Cena. John Cena's not a casualty because WWE knows that no one likes him and they still keep putting him in these roles. So that's their fault. He's not a casualty at this point. Randy Orton is though. Randy Orton and Batista were casualties because of WWE's booking. I mean, Batista, everyone was looking forward to his return, but the fact that he won the Royal Rumble and Daniel Bryan wasn't even in it, I mean, he got booed. I mean, what can you expect? Daniel Bryan wasn't in the Rumble. Everyone thought he would be in the Rumble. Everyone, except for a couple of select people who are like really smart, like the Sauna Monster. He knew it too. Um, but you know, everyone thought, you know, there's still a chance. Daniel Bryan will probably be in the Rumble, and he's probably going to win. That's what we want at least. But no, I mean, it's what can I say? Overall, I'm not as disappointed in the pay-per-view as most people are. I'm really not. Daniel Bryan versus Bray Wyatt was awesome. Brock Lesnar versus Big Show was pretty good too. Brock Lesnar got Big Show up for the F5. He was marching around with him too. Like I knew he would be able to get him up. The two of them have had matches before. And granted, it was before I started watching wrestling, but still, you know, I know that I saw clips of them collapsing the ring and everything. You know, I know they've had matches before. I know Brock Lesnar can get Big Show up. But he was just marching around with him like freaking Ryback or something, like he was nothing. You know, that was impressive. And all those chair shots, dang. Yeah, so that was pretty good too. John Cena and Randy Orton. It's like the crowd just completely crapped on that. But like, it was a decent match. It really was, with all the false finishes and everything. It really was a decent match. I'd give it like a 7 out of 10 of the match itself. I mean, I thought it was actually pretty good. For those two at least. For those two, it was pretty good. Compared to like everything else, it was just like mediocre, you know. But still, it was better than I thought, better than I expected. Then the Royal Rumble match was the big disappointment. But overall, if I had to give them ratings, Daniel Bryan versus Bray Wyatt is a 10 out of 10. Brock Lesnar, Big Show, 8 out of 10. John Cena versus Randy Orton, 7 out of 10. I actually kind of wanted the Divas match on there, to be honest. AJ versus Naomi. New Age Outlaws versus Rhodes Brothers. I forgot about that. 7 out of 10, just because I didn't really see all of it, so I'll just assume it. Like I don't know if it was a good match, but I know it was probably. I'll just give them the benefit of the doubt. Say it was not. It was better than just okay, so I'll give that a 7. And the Royal Rumble, I'll give that a 6. I'll give it a 7. 6.5 because, you know, Roman Reigns, Kane. Oh, I didn't like how Kane just came back to eliminate CM Punk, though. That was kind of stupid. It really was. Again, Kofi Kingston, too. Kofi Kingston did some awesome stuff. I was expecting only one spot, but he did, too. He hung from the ropes with his feet to keep himself from getting eliminated. And he took off Jack Swagger's boot and started hitting him with it. And then he had this one awesome spot where he was on the barricade because Alexander Rusev debuted. I watch NXT all the time every week. I've been watching it all the time for like the last 3 or 4 months now. And Alexander Rusev, I went to SmackDown, like I mentioned in one of my reviews a couple weeks ago, back in Philly, and Alexander did a dark match there against Zack Ryder. So I knew he was coming up to the main roster at some point, but you know, he made his debut here in the Royal Rumble, so that was cool. Seeing him there, he was impressive too for NXT, you know, rookie. he came in there, he dominated people. He came in and just started taking people out. Didn't get many, if any, eliminations, but he still took people out. That's the thing that counts. When Kofi Kingston got thrown over the rope, Alexander Rusev caught him, which made no freaking sense, because Alexander Rusev and Kofi Kingston had a couple matches on NXT over the last 3 weeks. Alexander Rusev beat Kofi Kingston, and Kofi Kingston got his rematch win over Alexander Rusev. Why would Alexander Rusev save Kofi Kingston by putting him on the barricade and then beating him up? Well, not beating him up, but kneeing him a few times. He should just power slammed him onto the mat right there. But I don't know why he didn't do that. It didn't make sense. Oh, yeah, the other thing about commentary, they should have mentioned that. They should have mentioned when Cody Rhodes and Damien Sandow were going at it. They could have mentioned that. Commentary, I don't know. Oh man, I'll give the Royal Rumble match a 7 out of 10 because of Kofi Kingston, Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns hit a spear on Batista. That was pretty cool. Batista botched his spear. That was stupid. They both ended up spearing each other. Batista first, and then Roman Reigns second. But yeah, I'll give the Royal Rumble match a 7 out of 10. So what is that? 2 7s, 10, 8, and then another 7. So I'll give the Royal Rumble an 8 out of 10. I thought it was a good pay-per-view. It really was. Daniel Bryan, Brock Lesnar, Bray Wyatt, Big Show, Roman Reigns, Kofi Kingston, New Age Outlaws, the crowd. the crowd was great. Yeah, I thought it was a good pay-per-view. I mean, people were just taking craps on it because, no Daniel Bryan in the Royal Rumble. But, I mean, looking at things objectively, the Royal Rumble match itself was still a cool match. Especially, like I said, with Roman Reigns and Kofi Kingston. So, I mean, I'm disappointed that Daniel Bryan wasn't in. I'm disappointed that he didn't win. But, I mean, I can't... If I'm going to be objective, I can't really fault it too much for that. I mean, it's stupid from WWE's part. It doesn't make any freaking sense. Everyone loves Daniel Bryan. They want him to win. They want him to at least be in the Rumble. Personally, I thought it would have been awesome if the last two were CM Punk and Daniel Bryan, just to see. Because CM Punk is pretty over too. I mean, he's one of the most over guys in the company, along with Daniel Bryan. So I thought it would be cool to see those two as the final two. Then maybe Batista in like third to last person, but he'd get like destroyed when it comes to good cheers. Everyone would be cheering for Daniel Bryan and CM Punk instead of him. But still, I won't. It's stupid on WWE's part to not have Daniel Bryan win, let alone be in it. But still, I won't fault them too much. I mean, I won't judge it on what could have been. I'll judge it on what it actually was, and it was cool. So yeah, overall, the Royal Rumble, I'll give it an 8 out of 10. I thought it was a good pay-per-view. Just a random wrestling video. I don't know if I'll do the. I'm not gonna do like Raw unless something really legit happens. I won't do Raw, SmackDown, NXT, that kind of thing. Elimination Chamber maybe, WWE Network and WrestleMania maybe. Who knows? I just did this on a whim. So yeah. But that's it for now, you guys. I have to get to class soon. Rate, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.